Once the rain had cleared, it was the sound of V10 engines that filled the air on Friday morning. But not all cars were out on track. Renault, Minardi, Jordan and Jaguar have opted to restrict their testing to 10 days during the year and gain 2 hours running on the Friday of each Grand Prix. Teams can use a third driver for this session. How important is this extra time?
Renault decided to do the Friday morning testing agreement, and I take place, I drive the third car there, and I think it hopefully will give us the edge by having information directly for that race weekend, not something that's speculative for the future.
They certainly had the edge on Saturday. Alonso became the youngest driver and the first Spaniard to secure pole position. There was nothing the big guns could do about it. It's the first all-Renault front row since Prost and Chiva at the 1983 French Grand Prix. Jacques Villeneuve is in trouble as the formation lap gets underway. His car stalls and he's forced to run down the longest pit lane in Formula One, only to be told to go back to his race car. It's an embarrassing moment for Fisichella.
What's wrong?
When he repeats his 2001 Malaysian Grand Prix mistake by taking the wrong grid spot. Despite all the chaos, Alonso keeps his head and makes a perfect start, as does David Coulthard. Michael Schumacher relishes a good battle, but this isn't what he will have had in mind. Too preoccupied with Coulthard, he slides into Trulli, nearly taking Barrichello with him. Montoya brakes to avoid the scrap, but is hit by an airborne Pitsonia and loses his rear wing. There's chaos behind.
Pit stop, could be a stop. Come on, out of the way, out of the way.
Trulli survives, but once again, Juan Pablo is a victim of fate in Sepang. Alonso increases his lead over championship leader Coulthard and third place Nick Heidfeld, while Montoya loses 1.5 laps, having his rear wing changed. There's no repeat of Melbourne for DC. He retires with an electrical problem after only 3 laps. Even Michael Schumacher can't escape the scrutiny of the stewards. He gets a drive-through penalty for causing an avoidable accident with Trulli. The scrap for third continues. Heidfeld qualified 6th, but the Ferrari-powered Sauber can't hold off a charging Rubens for long. It's been a strong drive in 5th, but Panis retires following his first pit stop with a fuel pressure problem. Heidfeld is delayed by fuel evaporation. But Alonso has no such concerns. Trulli drove a Jordan for 2 years. Now he gets a chance to follow one. He's not impressed, but he will have to fight. He's racing Furman for 7th. Jarno makes a move, but lets frustration get in the way and runs wide. Ralph keeps his head and his position. Schumacher's scheduled stop drops him out of the points. He famously doesn't sweat, but even he's feeling the heat, battling through the field. The Renault mechanics manhandle Trulli's car because he's disengaged his pit lane speed limiter, which controls the fuel flap. He drops to 6th behind Button. It's all falling into place for Barrichello. Some quick outlaps cement 2nd place. But he can't get near Raikkonen. Kimi was so far ahead before his 2nd pit stop that he maintains the lead with a 20-second advantage. A hot-headed Trulli sets out to catch former teammate Button, but spinning just leaves him open to attack from Schumacher. Michael, however, has to settle for 7th. It nearly happened in France last year, but better late than never. Kimi Raikkonen takes his maiden F1 victory half a minute ahead of the rest of the field. It's a feat that seems to leave Ron Dennis shedding tears. Button suffers rotten luck again and is displaced by Trulli and Schumacher on the last lap. It's the 2nd year running the Ferrari has outstripped him in the closing stages. Teammate Barrichello is 2nd, and Alonso is the first Spaniard on the podium since 1956. Button and Heidfeld score their first points, while Furman runs out of fuel and is beaten by Frentzen. But it's a well-deserved win for Raikkonen.
The guys on the pit stop made a really good job, and the engine, everything, whole package was great. We have put so much effort over the winter that is paying off now, and it's good for them. It's good for all of us.
And great for the championship. Alonso has as many points as Schumacher, and it's McLaren's best start since 1998.